Welcome to video 2 of Bassin on a Budget. The next step is to talk about reels. You know what, we went in, we picked up 2 rods, we got a spinning and a bait casting rod. Now we got to pair those rods with reels. So I'm a big fan of Lew's. I think they make the best bang for your buck. Once again, it's all about bang for your buck. This is a Lew's speed spool. This is a laser MG. I think it's like a 6:3-to-1. But at iCast, and if you look at reviews on like Cabela's site or whatever for Lew's products, super high reviews. Even like the more entry level, this isn't quite their lowest end. I think it's like their second one up. But I've been running Lew's for the last few years, and they've been super good. And like I say, for less than $100, you can pick them up, and a lot of times on sale. So that would be paired with the bait casting rod. Now that we know what reel we're going to use, we got to pair this with a line. And like I say, we don't have a number of different sets. We only got 2 options. So we got to find like a good all-purpose line and weight. So the line I like to use is P-line. They have a number of different ones. They have like a straight fluoro, copolymer, straight mono. This one's basically a copolymer with a fluorocarbon coating. So you know what? It gives you a lot of the properties of mono, but with the invisibility of fluorocarbon. So I don't know, I really like this stuff. I've had good success with P-line. I always run, this is 15, I usually run 12-pound test. Either 12 or 15 is always what I run on my bait casting setup. So basically you spool up with some of this and you'll be good to go. For our spinning rod, we gotta get a decent spinning reel because we're fishing a lot of finesse presentations using light line. So you want something with a smooth drag. So I went with this Shimano Symmetry. It's usually about $100 and some reel. I think I picked this one up for like $99 or whatever on sale. But you can hear very smooth drag. That's what you want when you get a big smallmouth on and you're fishing only like 6-8 pound fluorocarbon leader and he's trying to run. So once again, yeah, 2500 series. There's a number of different brands. I like Shimano or Fluger. I think they make the 2 best bang for your buck reels out there. The line I like to run, and I don't think there's anything better out there, is Power Pro. I run 8-pound test, which is 1-pound test diameter. I always run colored, red, or yellow. The reason why is because when you're fishing like wacky rig or drop shot, you can see, sometimes you can't feel the bite, but you can see your line moving. On this reel, I only have green, but this is before I really noticed a lot of the benefits of going with the colored line. So once this gets a little tired, this braid, I'll switch to color. And one nice thing, like there's no stretch in this, right? So you have super amazing sensitivity. You're not gonna get, like when you're fishing in mono fluoro, it's not gonna spring off your reel, which is super frustrating. So braid, 8-pound test, you'll see some guys run 10, 15. I like 8, I like thinner diameter better. The reason why is if you're going through micro guides, you want your knot, which you'll see here in a few moments, as small as possible. Okay. For my main line, like I said previously, I use braid. But when you're fishing a spinning rod and you're using like, you're fishing wacky style or drop shot or something like that, you're gonna need a fluorocarbon leader, which attaches to the braid. So you can see that little knot right there. So I attached them right there. And I'll show you this knot here shortly. So the line I like to run is Seaguar. This is 10, pure fluoro. I always buy a huge spool because it's cheaper to buy it that way. And I always attach like 6 to 8, maybe 10 foot sometimes. So you can go, and if it breaks off, I got lots of line. I don't have to worry about running out of line. So I either run 8 or 10-pound tests. The reason why you want to go small diameter is micro guides on some of the new rods. That knot can tick them and knock out your ceramics. So 8-10, that's all you need, and you'll be set up. So now we've talked about the rods, we've talked about the reels, we talked about the line. Next video, we're going to be talking about tackle. Stay tuned. Oh, wait. The video's not quite over yet. I forgot the most important part. I told you I was going to tell you. I'll show you the knot that I use. So it's called a double uni knot. We're going to use some heavier line here to show you easier. So we're going to use our mono, and then this is like 50-pound test braid. So the first step of the double uni is you're going to overlap the line. So then next thing you're going to make a little loop. A loop like that. And then you're going to take your mono, wrap it 5 times over top of the braid. You're going to wet her and then pull it tight. So that's half of it done. You're going to do the exact same thing with the braid. So you're going to make that loop. You can see we're going to have a loop wrap it around 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 5 times. And pull that tight, wet it a little bit, join the two. So you're going to have a little small knot, and like this is heavier braid and mono than I would normally use, but it just gives you a better visual. So what we're going to do then is we're going to cut the braid. I always try to cut the braid as close as, or the braid I don't worry about cutting super close. The mono, because it's a little more, it's definitely harder. So I always try to cut it as close as possible. So bam, done. Double uni. That's how you join braid to floral for leaders and spooling line on your reels. So stay tuned for the next video.